Imagine pulling up to your own driveway after a long day, only to find an 8-foot eyesore of a fence slicing right through it like a bad neighbor's middle finger. This wasn't just any road. It was the gravel path your grandpa carved out in '62 with nothing but grit and a rusty truck. And now, some HOA busybody had turned your family's legacy into her personal power trip, all in the name of community standards. Meet Jake Harlan, a quiet third-gen farmer in sleepy Oak Ridge, Texas, where the air smells of fresh hay and hidden resentments. Jake had heard the whispers, folks calling his modest ranch an eyesore that dragged down property values. He bit his tongue, watching from his porch as the new subdivision sprouted like weeds, their McMansions gleaming with fake perfection. But inside, he noted every snide comment. Every violation notice slipped under his door like anonymous hate mail. The villain? Beatrice B. Hargrove, the plump HOA president with a clipboard always at the ready and a smile that screamed, "I'm better than you." B preached about upholding neighborhood harmony in her pearl earrings and yoga pants. But really, she ruled like a mini dictator, fining folks for grass an inch too long or cars parked improperly. "It's for the greater good," she'd coo at meetings, her voice dripping false sweetness while her eyes scanned for dissenters. Deep down, she feared losing her throne, one wrong move, and her reign of petty terror could crumble. It started innocently enough, or so B claimed. Jake came home from the livestock market to that fence barricading his access road, the one his family had shared generously for decades via an old easement. "Security upgrade," B announced, standing there with her lackeys, her double chin quivering with faux authority. "Your farm traffic is disrupting our peace. You'll have to detour." Jake stared, his truck idling, cows lowing impatiently in the trailer. "This road's been ours since before your subdivision was a blueprint," he said calmly. BEA's response, a saccharine laugh. "Progress waits for no one. Dear. Apply for a permit if you must, $25 a pop. Reviewed by the board." Oh, the irony, charging him to use his own land. Rumors flew like flies on manure. B spun tales at coffee clutches. Jake's operation was unsanitary, a health hazard, lowering home prices. Violation slips piled up, noise from tractors, odors from animals. Jake stayed silent, but he documented everything, his sharp mind piecing together her overreach. Community values, B huffed when he politely questioned her at the hardware store. "We can't have your rusty truck clashing with our aesthetic." Jake smiled thinly. Aesthetic? Like that fence blocking emergency access? Real neighborly. Things escalated when B doubled down, hiring guards to monitor the road and slapping on more fines. Jake's wife, a savvy local teacher, dug into records and found the fence violated county codes, no permit, and it trampled federal grant terms from the '60s that kept the road open forever. "Ma'am, this ain't legal," the inspector told a flustered B, who sputtered. But our vote was unanimous. Jake watched her face redden, chuckling inwardly at her machine-like excuses. He countered slyly, a protest parade of neighbor trucks honking past at dawn, and cattle drives along the public detour, leaving natural fertilizer on BEA's pristine cul-de-sac. "Intentional sabotage," she shrieked to the sheriff, who shrugged. "Free country." "Ma'am." The climax hit when Jake's lawyer, an old pal, unearthed BEA's dirty secret, a past embezzlement conviction she'd hidden, disqualifying her from HOA office. At the emergency meeting, B blustered. "This is character assassination. I'm protecting standards, but evidence mounted illegal surveillance, wetland violations, even her brother's fence company getting the no-bid contract." Jake presented it all coolly. Standards? Like practicing law without a license. BEA's empire cracked, residents revolted, ousting her amid gasps and whispers. Feds swooped in for fraud charges. Her house foreclosed faster than a bad loan. In the end, the fence came down, and Jake turned the tables, charging HOA folks $50 per vehicle to cross his now private stretch. $2,000 a month rolled in. Walby faced prison, her moral high ground exposed as quicksand. Justice tasted like sweet Texas tea, slow brewed. Satisfying. With a kick. Was Jake the villain for turning their spite into his profit? Or was B the real thief stealing peace with her rules? Who's truly in the wrong here?